What up? What up? It's your man, Mr. Controversy. Did you miss me? Yes, we are back inside the 3 Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Again, I'm your host, Mr. Controversy, and my guy to the right of me, my guy Rue. What up, Doc?
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, bro?
How you been, bro?
Man, I've been good, man. I feel like we've been missing. I feel like the world needs our opinion. I feel like it's time, bro. What's going on?
Bro, it's been a minute.
Yeah, man. You've been everywhere, man. We'll get into it.
Yeah, but you covered your first NBA playoff.
You weren't supposed to spoil that. Yeah, no, definitely covered my first playoff action. As a media member, it's been awesome, man. It was awesome.
That's what's up, bro. You deserve it, man. Anyway, what up, world? What up, y'all? What up, family? We are back inside the 3 Point Conversion Sports Lounge.
What up, Vince?
What up, Vince? What up, Brandon? What's going on, man? Hey, man, appreciate the love, man. Appreciate the love. What up, Terrence? So, yo, we got a lot to talk about because, we missed last week, but we're not even going to get on the stuff that happened last week. There was a lot of stuff that happened after that, and we got to get into it. So to let you know what's going on in the show, man, we have a great show lined up for you, man. We got to talk about the NFL draft, of course. It was a lot that happened, including 3 black quarterbacks that went in the top 4. The top 2 picks were black quarterbacks, never done before, and we got to get on that, man. We also have to talk about just the NFL draft, period, man. Just this. It was a lot that happened. Our thoughts, the good, the bad, what we like, what we didn't like. We're going to cover all of that. Also, why is everybody getting on Dylan Brooks? I don't know. I mean, a lot of people don't hate him now and think he's horrible. He should be out the league. Come on, y'all. It's that microwave time right now. We need to get off the microwave time right now, man. I mean, come on. Can't just look at this year. It's not what have you done for me lately, or is it? I don't know. And of course, we got to get to the NBA playoffs, Drew. It was a lot. It's been a lot going on, man. A lot of surprises, man. We're gonna get to it. And then we got to talk MLB baseball. Rue's favorite sport. A lot going on with that. See, rocking the Pirates. The Pirates looking good.
Yeah, man. They are.
We are.
I said they are.
Oh, I was about to say, okay.
Come on, you switch teams or so, man.
I know, bro. I know, man. I thought we was doing it like that. Hey. And then we got Dr. Fowler coming in with the injury report, man, with CP3, with Embiid, Jimmy Butler, then Bryce Harper, which is very interesting, man. I can't wait to talk about that, man. Then we got Quick Hit, Stop It, What's on My Mind. So please let your family and friends know they listen to the show live, locally on the 3 Point Conversion Facebook page. And also we are on YouTube, the YouTube channel, and we're about to get on the 3pointconversion.com. So let's get to these quick hits. Like I was about to say, I
missed that.
Beats by Sharon Beats, but I can't, we don't have the music anymore. But anyway, let's get it going, bro. Patrick Mahomes' younger brother, Jackson Mahomes, is charged with 3 counts of aggravated sexual battery and an additional 4th count of battery. And he was booked at 8:42 a.m. this morning, man. And he's only 22 years old. Rue, when you hear this, like what's going on with Mahomes' family? Because his wife be tripping. She be all on the air talking recklessly. And now you got his brother going through this. Thoughts, bro?
Yeah, man. In this case, with Jackson Mahomes, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. And what he did was on video. To whoever who didn't see it,
I didn't see it.
Yeah, you got to check it. That came out, I want to say a couple months ago. But it resurfaced today. He has the bartender lady, and he grabs her by the throat and he forcibly kissed her. You can't do stuff like that.
What?
Yeah, grabbed her by the throat twice. Came back and did it again. Grabbed her by the throat and kissed her. And she's playing it cool. but I'm sure that's because of the fact who his brother is, and it's been the case with Jackson Mahomes. Like he's in the media for all the wrong reasons, and they
Wait,
caught up.
did he press charges? I mean, did she press charges?
Yeah,
She did.
yeah, yeah. You gotta check that video out. Yeah,
Yeah, he tripping. And you said she played it cool.
yeah. She was. I'm not gonna say she didn't hit him or anything. You know, one of these sisters. You might have to back up. You know what I'm saying? No,
Right.
she just was laughing about it. You know, but you know, she probably next slept on that. Like, yeah.
Okay, we tell the truth to shame the devil. I know this horrible. First of all, he's bogus if he's wrong for doing that, especially if she wasn't with that. But let me ask y'all this, and let me ask you this: do you think it was one of them things, like you said, she slept on, and she was like, I should have reported that instantly because he was wrong, he violated me, or was it one of them things where she was like, hold up,
That's why I
Patrick
say
Mahomes,
mm,
money, Jackson Mahomes, I don't know. I'm just saying because you said the fact that she didn't react at first.
yeah, no, in the video live, she wasn't like pushing him away or
What was he doing? Was he laughing?
he was looked drunk. He looked drunk.
Okay, no, but he was tripping. And then she probably thought, like, yeah, let me go. She probably was like, okay, he drunk. Let me leave it alone. But then she thought about it like, but she should have.
Well, right. And that's how
he
has to do better. Because who his brother is. Can't be doing something like that.
Moving on. Listen to this. The Oakland A's are offering a summer pass with tickets to 37 games. 37 games for $99.
Let's do the math on this real quick.
What is that?
So I can go on how many dates? If I'm getting 37 games for $99,
that's like,
how many dates can I go on for that night? I'm trying to do the math on this. Like
that's like 37. That's like $2 and
man, come on, that's a cheap date, baby. I'm all with that. I'm in the Bay. I am with that. Sign me up. I'm gate with it. I'm at the gate. Baby, you want to go to the ballpark?
Right. I got you, man. What you want?
5 tickets left.
Just one of the things there. You taking a different one each week, man. Like you balling, or take the same one if you want. Like, you know what? You worth it.
Ballpark night. I'm with that. Then you can see a whole bunch of teams, man.
Yeah,
struggling, bro.
And that's a dope look too, because when you taking a lady to, I was about to say shorty, a lady to the game, she, women just love to be out with you anyway. And you take it to a sports game, you welcome her into your world. Then it's us, she get to look cute and all that.
Then she get to say, baby, well, we the only ones here.
Right. So I'm gonna read it out because I don't know if you listening to the as a podcast. Brandon says because the city know they're leaving, right? But Ben says Oakland, that's sorry. But then then he says, "Where are the seats though?" Shoot, the way it is, they probably got you front row.
Right, it better be because they play at the old Coliseum, Oakland Coliseum. The seats already bad, most of them. It's just a football field.
Right. Brandon says the food beer ain't gonna be cheap. You ain't lying.
We paying for something.
But yeah, that's crazy, bro. Moving on. So Chris Paul is listed out for game 3 and 4 with tightness in his groin. Man, I thought he was done being injured, bro. I thought he went away with that. Thought that was it because he got injured in the season. So I thought but yeah. On a serious note, like that was a big blow. Because they had that game. They looked like they had the game handled right there. And right when he went out, that's when Denver made their move. And honestly, when you started to see the Denver started making that push, Phoenix, they kind of got rattled a little bit, but that's when you have that savvy point guard to get everything back in order. But hey, hopefully he gets back healthy. I don't know if he'll make it in this series. We'll talk about that later on if the series is done with or not. We'll get into that later on. But we'll see, but yeah, that was a big blow, bro. That was a big blow. Yeah, if I was on fantasy, I would pick up Payne right now. Moving on. Joel Embiid was named the MVP of this year, the NBA MVP of 2022 and 23. Finally, do you think it was all three deserved it that was in there with all four? What was the three? It was Giannis, Embiid,
yep, Joker.
and Joker. What other three? Or was it somebody else?
Those main three. Main three.
I feel like it was, I feel like, okay, maybe it was. Okay. But my question is, do you think that this was more of a sentimental award for Giannis, for not Giannis, for Embiid, or do you think they really felt like he won it? Because Joker had a triple double, and honestly speaking, to me, out of all three, Giannis should have won it.
Could make the case. It's a conversation. It definitely was though. It was some I call it voters remorse. It was definitely voters remorse in it. Whoever will say it wasn't, it is, because you got to look at the votes. He won by a landslide, bro, and it shouldn't have been like that. By no landslide. Especially with the season that Joker had. Number one, and again, and I know that they had the fourth best record in the NBA, number one in the West, though. But of course, I think it was the voters' remorse, but Embiid, he was deserving also. I said it. He balled in March, and it's a lot of recency bias that goes into MVP. Who they tend to forget the meat of the season, the December, January.
Right.
I think March totally Embiid, he ran off with it.
No, I agree. All right, and then last but not least, a sad last but not least, but U.S. Olympic champion sprinter Tori Bowie passed away today at the age of 32 years old. She is a three-time Olympic medalist, and she was a former 100-meter world champion. So, condolences to her family. Rest in peace, Tori. Sad news. We hate to end it on that. But hey, let's move on, man, to the hot topic. And the hot topic is the NFL draft witnessed something that's never been done before. I wish my father was alive to see this. I wonder what I have a feeling, but I wonder what quarterbacks like Warren Moon, Randall Cunningham, Doug Williams, all of them, I wonder how they felt about this. So it was the first time in history where the first two quarterbacks chosen were black. The first two picks were black quarterbacks. 3 out of the top 4 picks were black quarterbacks. And that's Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, and Anthony Richardson. So I'm gonna let you go first, Rue. When you saw this happen, like your thoughts, and then just your thoughts now on it.
It was different. I knew it was different. I watched drafts my whole life, but this one was different. Because of what you just said is the black quarterbacks to go to see number one. And we've seen black quarterbacks go number one frequently throughout the last 5, 6, 7 years. But number two and then number 4, like it looked different and it felt good to see, because the whole time you're hearing, and we'll probably get to this later. Clean.
Go ahead.
Damn, you're supposed to show that, Ralph. I'm gonna get on you, man. You got capability to show that. But let me clean them up.
Go ahead.
Better event. But no, so yeah, but this one looked different. Then I'll get into this later. But then you always had Levis sprinkled in there, Levis talk. So just to see him fall and to see, the brothers, our black quarterbacks get the shine. It was sort of cool, man. It was sort of cool. And even though a lot of speculations around Anthony Richardson, I was sort of surprised. I mean, I knew he was probably gonna go top 5, but over the last few months, I'm like, they banking on this kid, and that's a good thing to see that a franchise can bank on you.
Yeah, I was shocked. I'm not gonna lie. And I heard, so I was at the draft, covering the draft. They said that, I know at ESPN, they didn't even mention it. When the first two picks happened, they didn't mention that it was the first time in NFL history or draft history that 2 black quarterbacks been picked. So they didn't mention anything like that.
I think I noticed that because I was like, yeah. I didn't pick up on it first.
Well, they said Bryce Young's father called and said something. He tweeted and said something, and but still, I thought it was dope that this happened. All quarterbacks spoke on it. Bryce, CJ, and Anthony Richardson spoke on it. My thing is, I feel like with this happening, this might be a chance where we start to see a shift as far as a change in NFL when it comes to black quarterbacks, because this was clearly, it showed you, okay, the league is kind of changing. Rue, I know you younger and you kind of grew up in a where it wasn't that many, probably when you first remember start watching NFL, excuse me, you didn't see a lot of black quarterbacks start.
Well, Mike Vick, Aaron Brooks, Culpepper, McNabb.
It was like, and to us, and the funny thing is, to me, that's a whole bunch. So
right.
I grew up in the era where it was only 2. Randall Cunningham and the other one, Warren Moon, or Warren Moon and the other one, Randall Cunningham, however you want to say it. So to see this, it was mind-blowing. But as you mentioned, the fact that Will Levis, who was supposed to be a top 5 quarterback, probably the 3rd quarterback coming off the board, he fell to 2nd.
I didn't know how he got
the 2nd round.
And we didn't know how he got up that high.
Because here's the funny thing usually it's the other way around. We've seen players like Lamar Jackson go 32nd overall when he was a Heisman Trophy winner, and he did,
Yep. Jalen Hurts was a Heisman Trophy finalist, 2nd round.
Right, but not this time. So, I mean, do you agree? I really think that.
And I think that's what you just said is the formula for these teams now. Like, we got to bank on this kid. We not letting a Jalen Hurts slip past us. We not letting a Lamar Jackson slip past us. And even just throughout the draft, you saw a lot of teams taking quarterbacks. I think this draft was the most quarterbacks taken ever in a single draft. And I think a lot of these teams now are just like, we value a backup quarterback. Even if, you're going to sit on the bench for a minute, we value that more than ever so before. So you saw what it did for Patrick Mahomes. Not saying anybody is going to be like Patrick Mahomes, but you saw what it just, taking that chance on that quarterback, because the Chiefs did this. They did this. I mean, picking them fairly high, letting them sit for a year now. Look, so.
Yeah. And then think about what all happened this year. Look at Super Bowl. So I'm going to have 2 black quarterbacks starting. Like you said, we saw what Jalen Hurts did. You saw what Justin Fields did. We all know what Lamar can do. And then it's like you stated, with the type of quarterbacks you need, because these aren't all quarterbacks that's just, okay, we're running quarterbacks and that's it. No, these are dual threat quarterbacks. These are your quarterbacks. It's the new day and age. It's a quarterback who could throw for 4,000 yards and still get you over 1,000 yards rushing. A quarterback that can lead you to a Super Bowl. Then a quarterback that's exciting, that put butts in the stands.
Yep.
I mean, every owner want that. And all I'm saying is, I just think that if after this happened, I think you would continue to see, because who you have coming out next year? Caleb Williams.
Yep.
And it's gonna just keep trickling down to, I promise you, and I can see in the next 3 to 5 years, more than half of the quarterback starting is going to be black.
Because how many we have now? It's gonna be a minute.
Starting.
Help us out, chat room. Vince, you talk about my glasses. Help us out. I think you're right. I think it'd be a great. Okay, that's great news right there. Great news.
Oh yeah, they caught the shooter. Thank God. Yeah, that's great news. Yeah, we sad to see all of that, man. That's horrible, but that's what's up, man. We're glad they caught him. Glad, appreciate that, Vince. Appreciate that. So look at the quarterbacks are starting. So we got Wilson, Geno Smith, that's 2. We got Lamar Jackson, that's 3. Justin Fields, that's 4. Jalen Hurts is 5. Deshaun Watson, that's 6. Patrick Mahomes is 7.
Geno?
I said Geno.
Okay.
That's 7. Who else? I feel like we're missing somebody. Dak, that's 8.
Is CJ starting in Houston?
CJ, that's 9. Bryce Young, that's 10. That's 10 right there.
That's why I said I think top 10. I said 10. Yeah.
Tua, that's 11. Or can we say Tua black? I guess he a wine. We're gonna get that, dog. We put him in there. That's 11.
Said that.
Yeah, I said Dak 11. So that's 11 so far.
Dang, Tua. Okay, Tua is invited.
Hey, I'm invite to it, dog. You know how it is. We're gonna take it.
Yeah.
So we got 11 right now. But I can see in the future we're gonna have more than that. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody else. But yeah,
Murray, right?
Huh?
Said Murray, Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray is 12.
Okay, I thought you did.
Vince said 2 don't count.
2 don't count. I'm with you, Vince. 2 don't count.
All right, so that's 11.
Kyler
Murray is 12.
Yeah. I mean, half would be what? 17, right? So 5 more. Yeah.
So I see. Well, half would be 16. Yeah, 16. So more than half, 17. So we need 5 more. I can see it, bro. Next 3 to 5 years, Caleb Williams gonna definitely start.
For sure.
You know, is Josh Allen black? I'm just playing. But yeah, so look, so Brandon said that's almost half already.
It is.
Brandon, I'm with you. Tua black to me. Right. That joker look black. He black. But anyway, we there. And then think about, so let's transition. Then just think about this. The fact that you have the 2 highest paid quarterbacks in the league are black. And Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson. And then the person still, I don't care what you say, yeah, they get that per year, but the contract of all contracts is Deshaun Watson. $232 million, all guaranteed.
Silly money.
He's black. So you got I think Aaron makes more than Mahomes
per year.
I think because Mahomes is 50.
Yeah, Aaron's 52. 50. Yeah, 50.
Yeah, so but still, so look where they at, man. Look what you see. So I'm just saying, real quick, with Lamar Jackson, what do you like the situation? You like the fact that he got paid? I still believe, I'm gonna say it on record. I haven't been on the air, so I still believe that it's a great contract he did by himself. That's what's up, because he got better than Jalen Hurts. But I feel like that Jalen Hurts contract messed him up. And when I say messed him up, it messed him up as far as what he wanted. He wanted more guaranteed. But when Jalen came up with that, it set the bar. That's why he only got $185 million guaranteed, because that's what Jalen got. It was just, all right, we'll give you $1 more million. You be the highest paid, which you can't turn that down. You know what I'm saying? How can you turn that down? So no, I don't want that. I want guaranteed. No, if you play all 5 years, 9 times out of 10, they're not trading you. Right. Unless you get hurt. So, but what do you like? Do you like his situation now? You got Zay Flowers.
Yep.
You have you still got Bateman.
Mm-hmm.
You still got what's the other receiver?
Yeah,
You
they
got
got
OBJ,
yeah, and Mark
what's
Andrews was a receiver.
Mark
They got
Andrews, and I forgot
yeah,
the other young receiver too. I can't think of his name, but still, he has weapons now. Lamar is, and I hate everybody. I hate we say there's no excuse. I'm not gonna say that, but I'll just say, Lamar, you got it right now, bro. You should excel.
yeah, yeah, and I agree with you as far as the contract thing. I think that Jalen Hurts definitely messed it up for him. But now you got your money. Got to stay healthy, Lamar, because that's another thing I think that messed him up. Getting hurt last year, it didn't help his case to get his money at all, and that's an issue that was going into the season. That was an ongoing issue. Have to stay healthy now, Lamar. You got your money, so and you can see that they're giving you weapons because Zay Flowers one of the best, to me, the best wide receiver in the draft. So yep, Nelson, that's another, and Duvernay. I don't know the other
Duvernay,
one.
that's who I was thinking of. Duvernay, yeah.
Yep,
So
Nelson too. So the team you got paid and you did it your way. I don't know if it's how much you wanted, but you did it your way. So that might mean more to him.
so real quick before we go to the next segment, chat room, help us out. I want to know, what do you all think can Lamar Jackson throw for? Can he duplicate what he did his MVP year, where he threw for, I think it was like 3,700 yards? And how many touchdowns he threw? Like over 30? I think he threw over 30 touchdowns. Do you think he duplicates that year or go even beyond that this year? I'm asking you too, Rue. Do you think so?
You said how many rush yards?
No, not forget rushing yards, just passing yards.
Oh.
Do you think?
Yeah.
You think?
I think so.
Okay. Because I'm going to read it out. All right. This is what he did his first year, his MVP year. Okay. He threw for 3,100 yards and 36 touchdowns.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you think he throws some more touchdowns?
How many touchdowns?
36.
No, he's not throwing for more touchdowns. He'll throw for more yards, though. I don't think he'll throw for more touchdowns.
I think he wins MVP. If Fields don't win, I think he wins MVP. I think he wins MVP this year.
Okay.
Vince says he'll duplicate it. I think so, man. He'll duplicate the passing. I think he goes beyond that. I think he wins MVP. They got a new, because remember, he's not playing the same offense.
Right. You got my boy Todd Monken.
This gave me a stop it, but he's not playing in the same offense anymore. He's playing in an offense that's probably going to suit him better to throw the ball. I mean, they invested in him. That's why they got the people they picked and receivers. And you got OJ. You got Beckham. Yeah, you got OBJ. You got OBJ. If he can stay healthy, then you got Zay Flowers, which I think is going to shine. You got Aguilar, but you got Bateman. And with Andrews, you got a nice squad. And then you still have to worry about, this is why I think Lamar's going to be this much dangerous, because now you have to worry about, you still have to account for him running the ball and breaking loose. So you got to have a spot. And if you got wide receivers getting open now and you taking one less defender away.
I definitely think they're in better hands now with Monken. We yet to see it, but I like, I want to see how it looks, because Tom Monken's he's a winner, right here in Georgia.
Right. Well, all right, man. Well, we're gonna take a quick break, and we will be back to get to the next topic. Don't go anywhere. Just real quick.
What up, y'all? You know who it is, your boy Kiss. Right now, you checking out the 3-point conversion.
All right, we are back. My guy, Rue, Mr. Controversy. Hey, man, so speaking of the draft, let's just hit the draft heads on. First of all, we're in Atlanta. I know Atlanta's your team. Be honest. When they picked up Bijan Robinson, what was your first thoughts?
Risky, but I like it. Chances make champions. I like it. I knew it was a move that a lot of people weren't gonna like, but we had heard rumblings of it happening. But the whole time I thought, like, I don't think they were ever set on Bijan. Like, I think the Falcons were playing the draft. Of course, you had to play it who's in front of you, how it works. But I think once Bijan was there, they took it. And I wasn't surprised though, because a lot of people say they should have got a defense, should have got defense. But one thing the Falcons did over the offseason was acquire a bunch of defensive players. You know, they signed Bud Dupree, David Onyemata, signed for Jesse Bates, traded for Jeff Okudah, signed Calais Campbell. So this was a move I think the Falcons was like, we could make. You know what I'm saying?
And they got Goldman. People forget that. They got Goldman from the Bears who came out of retirement, which is a big pickup. But go ahead.
So yeah, I think this was a move the Falcons was like, we can make. We're comfortable enough making this move, because you look at the history of the, you know, draft running backs go to top 10 to that team that drafted them. I saw something like the only Super Bowl running back is Jamal Lewis, like from that team that won, you know, drafted from that team in the top 10. So it don't, you know, you go into stuff like that, it don't look, you know, the history of the pick. But this is a guy who could do it all, Bijan. Like, this is our Christian McCaffrey, healthy Christian McCaffrey. And Atlanta only scored like 17 points per game last year. You're not going to win no games in the NFL scoring 17, 18 points. So you had to get, and he's a safety net for Ritter. Huge safety net for Ritter, your young quarterback. So,
well,
yeah,
this is my thing.
Not that early though, man.
This is my thing. It wasn't the fact that they picked a running back that early. I forget that. I get it, the numbers and all that. Here's my issue with this is the fact that you had Algier. You had Algier.
Mm-hmm.
He was a rookie last year. He ran for 1,000 yards.
He's not elusive like this kid though, Ralph. We talking like with I love what Vince just said. This is a kid who could possibly lead the league in rushing next year. I know that sounds crazy, but just off opportunities.
But listen. So if you didn't need a running back, you could have got Jordan Addison. You could have got Zay Flowers. You could have got Jalen Carter. You could have got another offensive tackle. It was so many players that the Falcons needed, and you all passed on that. And Bijan is cool. I'm not disputing his talent or what he could be, but I'm just stating you had a rookie running back that had over 1,000 yards. A rookie. Rookies don't get 1,000 yards like that.
Under Arthur Smith, they do. And this is the
okay, but listen. Under Arthur Smith, you say they do.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens when, regardless if they get 1,000 yards or not, what happens to a rookie the next year? They get better because now they know the offense. Now they know the NFL. Their body's accustomed to the schedule. They adjust. So if he was a starter, I could see 1,000 yards turn into 1,400 yards.
But I don't think it's a bad thing though, because we see how the NFL is with dual running backs. It's not bad to have 2,000-yard running backs on your team.
Okay, so do you think you get rid of Patterson then? Because Patterson was the guy.
Every time we turned Patterson into that. Patterson was never a running back.
I understand
what we could get out of him.
I understand that, but I'm just saying, regardless of if y'all turn into him or not, say if y'all did turn him into that, you had a running back still that's going to get you 8 to 9 touchdowns. He'd get you 500 to 600, probably more than that. He was the starter until he got hurt.
See, that's the beauty.
I'm saying, but you already had your combination. What I'm saying is, if you keep that, say between those two, they get 1,800 yards, they get 17 touchdowns rushing between them two. 17 touchdowns between them two, 1,700 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And you can get a Jalen Carter. You can get a Zay Flowers, Jordan Addison, another cornerback, or whoever you had at that 6th spot. That's all I'm saying. Now, and that's true. That's true. But you know what the difference is, Vince, on that? they was able to trade. So Vince says, well, let me go back. So people just listening. Well, Jacksonville had James Robinson, who had 1,000 yards. Then next year they draft and picked up Travis Etienne. They did, and it worked out. But you know what the benefit of that was? Now, if they end up doing this, cool. They was able to trade James Robinson, and it worked out. I mean, because Travis got hurt, you know what I'm saying? But I get it. But think where they got Travis Etienne, though, Vince. They got him at the 32nd overall pick after they had, I think they already had 2 picks in the draft.
And that's what I was getting at with Tyler Algier. It's that he was so low risk, high reward. We got him in the 5th round last year.
Right.
So I don't think, it's not like we spent the 2nd round pick on this guy, 3rd round pick. We got him in the 5th round. So what we got from him, we was cool with, we was great with. But I know we did need guards, and I love what the Falcons did in the 2nd round. Matthew Bergeron,
right?
The guard out of the Syracuse, bad boy, and our offensive line was tremendously better last year. Now I'm team up with him and Lindstrom. We got 2 nasty guards. Seeing what Bergeron could be, but I kind of see the vision with Arthur Smith because we know what he likes to do, and if you could run the ball effectively, you could set everything else up. I ain't mad at it. I wasn't surprised, and more I'm starting to like it. I am.
Okay, so the draft completely. Who do you think? Who did you like in the draft the most? Because I can tell you who. I think Houston. They nailed it. I think they're the winners of the draft.
Me too. I think they did something we never saw before.
And then what was the wide receiver they got later on? And it came out. He said,
out of Houston. He was from Houston, right? The college. I think he went.
I know, yeah. And I know that he came out and said that he found out that Stroud told Houston to pick him. So to make that trade and to get your franchise quarterback and your franchise defensive player. Think about it. With NFL, you ask any GM, they tell you, what do you start your team with? Either a quarterback or a defensive end. They got both. They possibly got the best quarterback in the draft, and they got the best DN in the draft. That's crazy.
Yeah, like I said, it's something we've never seen.
Right.
They were smart, man. They were smart the way they did it too. Even to pick 2 and 3, just to get that 3rd pick and trade out. And I saw film on that kid. You just said his name, Nathaniel Dale, the kid from Houston.
Dale. Yeah.
Yeah, Dale. He got, everybody highlight films look good.
Everybody, man, because they made who was the worst team? Like they made Carolina Panthers highlights. They made them look like they was Super Bowl champs when they were showing the Carolina Panthers highlights.
Yeah, I like what they're putting together.
Yeah. Also, of course, the Philadelphia Bulldogs. I thought they did well. So, my bad. I mean, the Philadelphia Eagles. I thought they did great.
Yeah, back-to-back years too. Because I thought they won it last year. Well, I thought they won it last year when they stole Nakobe Dean, traded, and drafted AJ. Thought they had one of the best drafts.
Let me just say this: I almost messed up the entire press conference. So Paris, the guy Paris Jr., the tackle that went to the Cardinals, he was up. And as he was talking, it was at the end of the season. It was at the end of his press conference. So first, we already saw that the Bears trade the number 9 pick. I'm like, oh God. I'm like, all right. So maybe they know this team not gonna get him. Now I thought about it. The Eagles need a D tackle. Like, come on. They said Jalen Carter. I'm like, oh God. Everybody look at me. I kind of make a noise because they had TVs in the press conference. It was asking questions. Then when the Bears got up to pick, and them jokers picked Darnell Wright. My first instance, and right when they said the Bears pick is in, and Roger Goodell was like, with the 10th overall pick, the Chicago Bears select, and that's when the PR guy was like, well, when it said it came in, it was like last question. That's what the PR said. So they asked Paris last question, and as he finished, as he was answering, Roger Goodell with the 10th overall pick, the Chicago Bears select Darnell Wright, and he just finished Darnell Wright, and I'm like, oh my God, what are we doing? Everybody looked at me. Parents looked at me. I'd almost messed up the whole press conference, but I like it now. I'm still sick. I'm glad we got him, but I'm sick. Doc. You know, come on, man. Jalen Carter was the best. Might have been the best player in the draft.
Yeah,
He had our offseason would have been perfect if we would have got him.
I'm surprised y'all didn't get him. I was shocked y'all didn't get him.
I told him after I told him, I said, hey, bro, I said, I'm heated, dog. I said, we should have got you. And he was like, what? I'm a Bears fan, man. I'm sick right now. Some BS. He's cracking up laughing like, hey, man, I can't. No, that's some BS, man. I wanted to tell him, hey, man, you better not have a good season. Like, I was heated. But Philadelphia, like you said,
they just stole him from
Jalen and who else they get? Then the fact that they got Swift in that trade.
Yeah, they picked up a couple guys.
Now it depends on if he stays healthy, you know. But yeah, they got Swift. They get Dean, right?
Nakobe Dean.
Dean.
They got a Kelly Ringo.
Man,
Carter, Big Boy, Jordan Davis. Yep.
Who do you think didn't do well? Who were you disappointed in?
You know, I can't. Before I answer that, I could kind of say who I was more so kind of impressed with.
Yeah,
the Patriots. I was so impressed with the Patriots. They always find a way to get what they want when they want. I thought Aaron Gonzalez falling in them at 17 was like crazy because I thought Aaron Gonzalez was. And people argue with me. My brother likes to argue with me that Devin Witherspoon's a better cornerback than Gonzalez, but Gonzalez is tough, bro. And
Witherspoon is a better quarterback though. Witherspoon is a beast.
Yeah, I know. That's why I get shouting him out, Rari. You know, I don't really, but I like Gonzalez too. I think the Patriots always finesse and they always do good.
Right. I like what Vikings did. I hated that Vikings got my bad. Vikings got Jordan Addison that late.
Yeah,
that was a great pickup. It looked like at first it looked like Detroit messed up, but man, I'm not gonna lie. Like, first of all, it seemed like Detroit had like 35 picks in the first 2 rounds. Like, how do these jokers keep picking? And I think they did pretty well of who they picked up. You know, they pick up Jamar Gibbs. I don't understand them picking him that early though. That was like
I still don't understand that.
Yeah, I don't understand why they picked him up that early.
Trade Swift the same night, like.
But when you traded Swift, that kind of it made it look better.
You think so?
Yeah, because Swift was always hurt. But I'm just saying because they had 3 running backs. It just made it look better. Like, okay, you said what?
Jamal Williams is going. He's in New Orleans. I want to say,
but you know they still got
boy is suspended.
They got my running back from Chicago. I can't think of his name now. I started running back. God, I can't think of his name for the Bears last year. But remember, they picked him up in the offseason.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
So, you know, and then they picked up the linebacker Montgomery. Thanks, appreciate it. Appreciate it, Jason from the Brats. Hold on, Jason. Don't get kicked out the show. What you talking about, Bears, man?
The Brats.
He said the Brats. Oh man. Appreciate that, Jason. But no.
Penny's little brother. We're talking about Detroit. I know the Bears drafted Noah.
Oh, okay. He said a typo. All right. Okay, cool. We good, Jason. I thought you said the Brats. I thought you was, but no. I'm just kidding. But yeah. Like I said, Detroit. They had a lot of picks. Do you like them picking up Hooker, Hendon Hooker?
Yeah, I like it. But I don't think he's going to, unless something happens to Goff, because that offense, they had no problems with Goff. Goff was damn near flawless on offense last year. So I don't think he'll have that job no time, to see the field no time soon.
Right. Okay. So the best late round pick. I like what we did.
What do we consider late round pick though?
4th and higher.
After. Okay. Can I say Stetson off top?
Yeah.
Shout out to the Rams. Nah, that's not it though. But I was surprised about that. Stetson going so high.
Well, like I said, my grandma, I was watching with my grandma, and she said that
What grade it be?
when she saw that, she said, "Baby, you know that they pick Stetson so that the Eagles can so they can get a punch on the Eagles." So they said she said they thought the Eagles were gonna take him because the Eagles was taking all Georgia players, so that's why they took him. But
Yeah.
but no, I thought that was surprising. That would go with my surprising pick.
Yeah, that was surprising. Happy for him. No, Stafford, one of them big Georgia sponsors put that word in to Stafford, like, look out for our boy. That's how that went.
Oh, that's your best pick?
No. The late steal, no, it's definitely not that. The draft was sleepy to me, man. I wanted to say that when we started talking about this, man. I really think the draft you don't feel like it got overshadowed a bit? I think it did. It was. I like the Bergeron pick, but that's second round. I thought Bergeron for the Falcons was great. I don't know, man.
So my favorite pick was Rashawn Johnson for the Bears, the backup to Bijan Robinson.
Oh, that's what I said. I said Noah Sewell. I liked it, Noah Sewell for y'all. I said, that's what I was saying.
Okay, Noah Sewell, but I like Rashawn Johnson. I like the running back from the backup because it was almost like Barry Sanders and I'm not calling him Barry Sanders, but I'm saying, example, when you had Barry playing behind Thurman. Now, luckily, Barry got that next year to play, but you had that jewel behind that great running back. And that's what they're saying about Rashawn. That's what he was. They say he was that good, but I mean, he just couldn't get from Bijan. Bijan was that great. So, but
I got an undrafted guy who went undrafted. I think we all kind of need to be aware of Malik Cunningham to the Patriots. I think that's a little.
Oh yeah, that's a sleeper.
That's a sleeper. He went undrafted, and
that's a sleeper.
Who's he battling again? Mac Jones and Zappy.
Well, Mac Jones, they're trying to trade him anyway, so that's a sleeper. But
exactly.
Well, all right, man. Well, we're gonna end this segment. Shout out to my little nephew, little Jeremy Cooper, who made he made Kansas City's roster. He was undrafted, but he made the roster. I mean, we didn't make the roster, but they picked him up to practice, whatever. So shout out to, I call him little Jeremy, but that joker 6'6", like 320 something pounds. But we call him little Jeremy. Tell us a family member. I'm calling him little Jeremy. He 6'6", 325. But shout out to him, man, and everybody else who made it. So let's take a quick break, and we're gonna be back. You know what, man? We're gonna start some controversy, man. We're gonna act like my name, bro, and we're gonna talk about Dylan Brooks because I got something to say about Dylan Brooks. I don't think he deserves all this, but we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back.
What's up, family? I'm Real Mike Rob. Make sure you tuning in to the 3-Point Conversion Radio. They got all of it, and they keep it funky. Let's get it.
All right, so Dylan Brooks has been the talk of the playoffs so far. Yes, he was bold. He said a lot of things. He talked trash to LeBron. He said they supposed to do this and do that. He was going to stop him. He don't trust, he's going to poke the bear. He don't respect anyone who can't get 40. I think LeBron got 40 the last game. But for the most of the series, I don't know if LeBron got off like that, though. I don't remember LeBron going off like that.
No, he did it. Mm-hmm.
So, but it was news that Memphis came out and said that they're not going to re-sign him. Reports
about a bear poked him.
Right. But look, reports and rumors saying that they offered him contracts during the season. They rejected them. But do you think all of this flack that he's getting, do you think is warranted?
Yeah, I do. I do think it's warranted because I think he put himself in that position, and I think he shied away from it. The line, when it got hot, he ran from the kitchen. You got to stay in the kitchen and take that heat, bro. because I didn't like him. First off, I didn't like him missing the post game. You can't do that. You can't miss the post game after a loss. You got to be the same when you win, same when you lose. So, and then another thing is, after all this, he was talking about LeBron's old. We can get to that in a minute, but blaming the media for making him a villain. He actually said this out his mouth. He said, "Y'all are trying to portray me as the villain, bro. If you're gonna play that role, you gotta play that role, and it's a cool role to play. You can make money off that role. Just look at Patrick Beverly. Still was making $10 to $15 million a year off playing that role. Embrace that role. Don't run from it, Dylan Brooks. And if you're not like that, if you're a nice guy at heart, and you don't, it's too much for you to be in that fire. Be like Draymond and be like a Patrick Beverly and be a a guy like that. Embrace that, and I feel like he did it. So that's why I feel like we should be at his neck.
Wait, why you don't think he embraced it? I never got that.
No. Running from the press conference ain't embracing it. Talking about we turning you into a villain is not embracing it, because that's what you are. When you say stuff like this, you're gonna have to answer to it when it don't go your way, or the way you said it was gonna go.
Right, but I think we seen Draymond one time didn't come in a press conference. What other so-called villains? There's been a lot of people. Pat Beverly did it before,
but they embrace that and they do it night in, night out.
But that's what Dylan did that all season long. I mean,
back it up. Dylan's play didn't back it up that series at all.
But Dylan's play as far as offensively didn't back it up. Defensively, and what he did to LeBron, it did.
Getting beat by 40 though, you can't let that happen. They got it. Then he said, you got to give me 40. You got beat by 40. Like
right, but as
LeBron didn't score 40, but he didn't have to.
But I'm gonna put it up again, as Brandon said.
Yeah, he did have a 2020 game.
That's all LeBron had. No, LeBron had that. That's all he had. He really held LeBron in check and was getting in LeBron's face. The thing I respect about that is it wasn't just talking. He was in LeBron's face. What other player we've seen do that besides? And he wasn't really in LeBron's face like that. He was just blowing in his ear and acting crazy besides Stevenson. No other player in league history probably has gotten LeBron's face like and was in his face the whole series. Maybe a Paul Pierce was talking, but I'm feeling like that.
I didn't feel that vibe though with Brooks. I really didn't. It always felt like he was trying to play up to LeBron to get him to hear him. Like with Stevenson, it didn't feel like that. With Patrick, it don't feel like that. Like it feel like it's I don't know. That's as far as me. It feels like he was just kind of play up to LeBron. Like, hey, look, I'm over here. Like, I don't know.
I think he embraced the role because remember he went at it. Who did he go at it with early in the season? Remember he went with Draymond. Yeah, everybody.
He said himself they trying to make me a villain. He went out with everybody. Clay called him a bum.
Right.
Everybody this year.
Right. But I don't know. I think that's if I'm a teammate, I love that about him. You going up against almost the best player on that team or the player you talking mess you in his face. You playing defense. And because, like he stated, remember, he made a statement saying that they try to make him a 3D guy, 3-and-D guy, I'm sorry. And he said he doesn't want to be that. I mean, this is the same kid who averaged 18 points a game last year. Year before that, he averaged 17. So it's not like he's been playing horrible. I mean, he had a bad shooting night this year, but he said they made me a 3-and-D guy. Where last year, remember, he was a scorer. He had to score. He was the one they would run plays through him. This year, he just sat for the 3, and he's not a 3-point shooter. So
then what's his?
I mean, but remember last year he played good defense, but then last year he was a scorer. Bane came in and started scoring more, and so they said, okay, well, you can be our 3-and-D guy. Now, I'm not saying that Tennessee, Nashville was wrong for that. I'm sorry. Memphis is wrong for that because maybe for the season, it fit because you had Bane as your second primary scorer. And of course, you got John Morant. But in the past, he was always looked upon as the second primary scorer or secondary scorer, I should say. So, I mean, I don't think it warrants everything he's going through. because I think we're all just looking at what he did this year, and that because everybody stopped liking him because of what he was doing, you know, sometimes getting dirty, talking mess to Westbrook or whoever he was talking with. It was this in the league. You know, I'm old school. They're not accustomed to saying that. I'm used to saying that. I like that. To me, that made the playoffs better. You know, and like Brandon says, he better accept the role and flourish in it. I think he will. I mean, I just think he feels like he's a better player
I
than
hope he does.
3 and D.
Okay, you just said it. Does he think he's a better player than what the team is portraying him to be? Is that what all this is about?
I think that's what it is. But he's been that though, Rue. He's been that last year and the year before last.
We got to see it consistently, though. I think even then it was.
He did it 3 years in a row, though, and he got better. 16 to 17.4, whatever. Then 18.6 last year, whatever that was. And this year he dropped, but this year he was solely like, all right, you guard their best player, and you a 3D guy. You set up for 3-point. He's never been a great 3-point shooter.
Yeah, his shot is very inconsistent.
Yeah, and that's but he said they turned me into a 3D guy. You know, Brandon says he can be a scorer in Shanghai. But like if you average 18 in the league, and that was just last year, you can score. But he wasn't. He was driving. He was shooting mid range. But now, like he was posted behind the 3-point line. So
no, you go ahead. Go ahead.
If he gets picked up, where do you see him going? First, would you want the Hawks to get him? I think he'd be good. Again, I still think Hawks will be tough.
I can see what he could do for the Hawks. I can. He could put the fire in their chest.
That's what the Hawks need.
And that's exactly what they need. So I could see what he can do for the Hawks.
What other team can you see him going to, though? The Hawks?
Clippers.
Who?
The Clippers. I think they play like that, especially with Russ. I can see him with the Clippers.
Can you see him with a team like Philly? I think Philly would embrace him.
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, I know they got PJ Tucker, and PJ Tucker's probably about to be on his way out. But with somebody like that, they would embrace him because he's tough.
Yep.
He's gonna guard the best player, gonna get in their nose. That's Philly.
You can make a career off what you're saying, you know. I think Udonis Haslem was another guy who made a career off that. Just being, you know, a presence for the players, you know, helping, you know, when they need it. So
we'll see, man. I like I said, I don't think it's warranted.
I want to say this though. The winner in all of this is Ja Morant.
Why you say that? Brandon says Miles with the Clipper mention. I just hit my parlay.
Yeah,
but why you say that?
You want to? Because I think 2 months ago, around this time, if we were to know that the Memphis was getting exited out the first round, of course, the blame, all we would have been talking about is Ja, how they played throughout the season, how they, you know, the club incident or whatever. He's not getting no blame. It's all going. We all talking about Dylan Brooks.
Good point.
I think Ja's a winner in all of this.
Good point. Well, look, man, we're going to take a quick break that ends this segment. We're going to be back with the Stop It segment. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, yo, check 1, 2. Flavor in the building, and you know who you listening to? The 3-point conversion. Flavor in the building.
All right. It is time for the most infamous, the most famous Stop It segment. Let's get it. So, here we go. My Stop It. I only have one, of course, but my Stop It goes to Stephen A. Smith. And just for living in the moment, probably everybody else too, but really Stephen A. Smith for what he said. Stephen A. Smith said, if Steph Curry beats LeBron in this series, and ends up winning a chip, he should replace LeBron James on a Mount Rushmore of NBA basketball players. Stop it. Let's say that again.
He didn't say that, did he?
If he
Ooh.
beats LeBron James, Golden State Warriors beat the Lakers, and ends up winning a chip, he would replace LeBron James with Steph Curry on the NBA Mount Rushmore of players. Stop it.
Give me one.
Stop it.
One more.
Bruh. Let's get off the moment, y'all. I understand first of all, yes, he will have 5. He only has 1 MVP right now. 1 finals MVP.
Exactly. LeBron has 4.
LeBron has 4. LeBron has played with some great players, but to play with,
We
got
talking
to play with
right.
KD.
Come on, we talking Mount Rushmore. He's not pushing nobody off Mount Rushmore. I don't think he's pushing nobody off Mount Rushmore with the win.
I'm gonna get Brandon.
It depends.
Stop it.
Yeah, come on.
Brandon, you tripping.
Wait, Stephen A said push LeBron off Mount Rushmore?
I don't think this is Steph's era. I mean, the last 2016, what is it? 2015?
Yeah, it's Steph's era for sure. I would say the last 10 years has been. It's all been about Steph.
Yeah, because the first 10 years before that was LeBron.
Right.
So okay, I'll give him that.
Kobe shared some of that though. I ain't gonna. Kobe shared that. No, you're right though. Kobe was. Oh no, you. Yeah.
LeBron. It was LeBron's era. I mean,
you're right.
LeBron's era.
You're right.
But that's my stopping, bro. What you got?
All right, now I'm with you. That's crazy because I think the Mount Rushmore. I think LeBron solidified.
You second.
I mean, MJ is not even a conversation.
He's possibly the second best.
Yeah,
player in the NBA history.
Possibly first.
Possibly. He's possible, definitely.
And I ain't even big.
You can say top 3. You can, because I still got Kareem up there, but you can say top 3.
But I don't think it's an argument with him. So yeah, mine is say I'm keeping it in the NBA circle, man. So of course, NBA voters came out, and the voters you get 100 votes. So you have a ballot, but you have 100 total tally votes. So I'm looking at the votes. I'm looking hard at them, and I ain't the best at math, but I'm looking at the votes. Embiid 73 first place votes. The next highest is Joker with 15. That's why I said it started the show. Embiid won by a landslide if we talking about first place votes. So I'm just looking at the votes. Embiid has 25 second place votes. Jokic has 52, rightfully so. He's runner up. So I'm looking at the votes more, and I ain't the best at math. You get 100 votes. Embiid has 73 first place votes, 25 second place votes, 2 third place votes. Do the math on that. That's 100 votes. Jokic has 15 first place votes. Keep up with me, Vincent. 52 second place votes. 32 third place votes. Do the math on that. I ain't the best at math, but that's 99. My stopping goes out to whoever left Jokic off the ballot.
Stop it.
What?
Stop it.
And I did some research on it. I ain't, what I'm saying? People are saying this who?
Who didn't
They got to restrict whoever left Jokic off.
I don't care if you didn't think he was first.
Bruh.
Maybe you didn't think he was second.
He's the only player, and there's 10 players on this list with 99 votes. The only player with 99. Ja has 100 votes.
Who could he say was better? What 3 players were better than the Joker this year?
This must be a Philly beat reporter. Others ain't gonna vote for him. Yeah, man. Everybody has 100. Giannis has, keep up with me, 12 first place votes, 23 second place votes, 65 third place votes. I ain't the best at math, but that's 100. 65 plus 23 plus 12. Jokic has 99, bro. Somebody left him off.
Well, actually, one person just didn't vote then because
Yeah. Or they
it was the top 3 with the finalists,
right. Everybody has 90. Everybody has 100, but
except for Joker.
Joker has
Who
99.
said I'm not voting for him?
So we gotta. Hey, stop it if that's the case.
Wow.
They like, man, where you vote for this? Yeah, he
Wow.
ain't doing it again.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, man. That wraps up the Stop It segment. All right, we let's go into it, man. NBA, we got to talk NBA playoffs since you're talking NBA. Lakers last night came up big, man. Basically led the whole way and won that game. And they had a scare late in the game, but Rue, the way the way that Brandon says Kendrick Perkins is probably the one that voted that did before, right? But the way that the Lakers came up, and I mean the way they played, this is what I was most impressed by. The fact that they didn't try to match. They didn't try to match Golden State at their game. And the reason why that is so important is because a lot of people feel like, all right, in order to maybe compete with Golden State, we have to go ahead and shoot threes like them. What the Lakers was like, hey, I know what we're doing. I already know where we are. I know we can't compete, so we're just going to play our game. We're going to stick to playing through 80, getting good three-pointer shots, not shooting just any three-point shots. And we're going to control the game. And the funny thing is Golden State was shooting well.
Yeah.
Golden State shot well from the three-point line.
3 players each had 6 threes for the first time. That's crazy. Yeah.
So what I mean,
well,
go ahead.
I thought, I said Golden State in 5, maybe 6 coming into the series. My whole notion was, my X factor was Looney. How can he play on AD? And last night, bruh, you're going to have a tough time, bruh, for the next 4-5 games. Is all I'm giving you if you play AD like that. Like, you had 23 rebounds, but those were empty rebounds, bruh. Like, I'm not caring about that. Like, he can't bang with AD down there. And it's almost like the Warriors played a perfect game, man. Like, you got Clay, you got that game from Clay and Poole at the same time. Like, I'm not gonna say it's rare, but it's rare that those two go off like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You get 20 plus and 25 plus. What Clay have last night? I think he had 18 in like the first half. But and I said going into the series, if you can get 20 plus per game from Clay, this is gonna be a rest series for the Warriors. You got 20 plus from Clay and y'all lost. And I mean 20 plus per game. Like, you got 20 plus and you lost last night. So, and I seen the free throw disparity, but the Warriors don't shoot free throws anyway. It was like one of the lowest teams in the NBA free throw shooting, and the game was on par with what said on paper. The Lakers don't hit shots. They don't shoot good from the 3. They didn't shoot good last night, but they get to the line, and it's vice versa with the Warriors. The Warriors don't get to the line. One of the best, man, Vanderbilt, bro.
Yeah, he was huge.
I'll let you take it from there.
He was huge. His defense was huge. He was an unsung hero. I agree. Now, here's the thing that surprised me the most was the fact that you had LeBron. He played very timid. I don't know if you paid attention to that, but he played very timid last night. He shot He took just jumpers. LeBron didn't drive to the hole. He just settled. It kind of puzzled me because if LeBron was very aggressive, I thought the game would have been a wrap. I don't know if it was just because of the fact that,
that's a good point.
like Brandon said, Bron's legs playing every other night gonna tire him out. That's what I thought. I don't know if he was tired. LA and 6 Wide Life RLX says, but I didn't know if he was just tired. He's getting old. I don't know. But Rue, if LeBron would have been aggressive, they might have blown him out. Now I don't know if it's because he wanted to conserve his energy on defense. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if he's stuck in the same mode he was in last series, because that's the same Bron we saw last series, sort of just cruising. But I saw one possession, he took to the rack, and I said to myself, Bron, like, that's all you got to do. Like, I'm going for the Warriors this series. I'm like, Bron does that. It can't hang. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was just shooting jumpers after jumpers and settling though. It's almost like him and he was like, well, Wiggins will shoot a jumper and make it. Bron come down and shoot a jumper. Like, I can shoot too. But you're right. He's getting older though. He's getting older, but he still has that. He's still one of the most dominant players though. We might see it change next game because the Warriors can't handle nothing inside, it looks like.
And I think so. I mean, it was game one. It's a fell-out series. You got to see what's going on. I don't know what Golden State can do. Maybe defensively they could change as far as how they play AD. Maybe maybe that's the only thing I can see.
They don't have to play Kuminga. I think he's gonna have to get some minutes.
Right. Because here's the thing about it. It's not like offensively Golden State can change something because they shot well. It's just they couldn't stop the Lakers inside, and they couldn't stop the Lakers from getting to the free throw line.
Yep.
And the Lakers hit some big shots, so and the Lakers' legs got tired late, but I mean, they were able to pull it out.
Definitely.
Now, transition to New York and Miami series. I'm not gonna lie, Rue. I think it's a wrap for Knicks. The Knicks struggled to beat the Heat, and they had Randolph playing. Randolph played, and he had a good game. And they struggled without Miami having Jimmy Butler. Same Miami team that doesn't have Tyler Hero. I think the Knicks are in trouble. I think if Miami don't play, their next game is not until Saturday. So that means Jimmy is getting extra rest. That's why they decided to rest him. And if he's healthy enough to play and he's playing, I don't think Miami has too many grit players.
Wow.
Like, look at Caleb Martin, another grit player,
undrafted,
that can play that you don't account for it to be a scorer or to play well. Look what he's doing, man. Knicks are getting out coached, they're getting outplayed, they're getting out hustled. I think it's a problem. I think Knicks are in trouble. What say you?
I'm on a total opposite end, bro. I don't think the Heat win another game. I don't think Miami wins another game, Mr. Controversy. I think the Knicks got their swagger back, just getting the W. So all they needed was the W yesterday. I think they're going to go into Miami and win both. I don't think that he could keep up with the Knicks if the Knicks really play at their level. The coaching Spoelstra has been doing is outstanding, but I don't think I don't think the Heat can live up to it. It's just.
Did you watch? Have you watched the last two games?
watching. I have been. I
So,
don't think
but hold on.
we
But
all
for,
know. We
for
all
the
know
Knicks, go ahead.
Randall. We all know Randall.
I mean,
He's getting
Randall. I said
healthier,
Randall.
healthy.
Randall. Yeah. My
Yeah,
bad.
yeah. I was like, he's gonna get healthier, healthier as the as the series goes on. And once he starts giving you the 20s, we know he can get
But he had what, like 26?
You know what I'm saying, as it keeps going on, the Knicks not gonna have enough scoring for the Knicks. The Heat won't have enough scoring for the Knicks.
This is why I think Miami's defense, man, the way they was doing that 3-4 that
Yeah,
the 3-4 blitz again. They was playing that defense last Miami. He was playing that defense again last night. The zone blitz and all the way they jump into each other and all.
yeah.
They was doing it. But so I don't know. Like I said, they got to get hot, but the Knicks can. But still, the way Miami was playing them without Jimmy, Knicks still struggle to guard them. So when Jimmy comes back, it's a wrap. The only reason why the Knicks got close when Jimmy, the first game, because Jimmy got hurt. So if Jimmy comes back healthy, because right now, the bench players and the players that they brought in, they're confident right now. And they're going back home where bench players and your others, they play better. I can't see it. Rube. I
just don't see Caleb Martin giving you another 22 points.
You know,
a lot of that came from Jimmy Butler being out.
Yeah,
I don't
but he don't
30 like he did
game one.
I just don't see these things happen.
But you know what? But that's the problem. The Knicks don't have a Caleb Martin or a Kyle Lowry, because Kyle Lowry, he don't have to score 30. The deflected balls, the charges, the other stuff he does that helps that team. Caleb Martin doesn't have to give you 22. He give you 16. But the points that you don't account for when you stopping Jimmy or when you need that big basket or three, Vincent, look what he's doing.
Right.
Like,
and I feel like the Knicks have these same players.
Who
play. I feel like Thibodeau just needs to play. And that's a lot for me to say Thibodeau needs to play these guys. I feel like he has them. McBride. Miles McBride is that guy. Intimidator. It's all he does. Your boy number 6. Can't think of his name. Y'all help me out. He plays a lot. He's one of those guys who can be like that. Of course, Quickly is, but I feel like the Knicks have an answer for what the Heat can bring.
Obi Toppin is
the scoring, even the bench scoring, we know is better. But what Quickly?
No,
and he has played. Evan Fournier is on the bench. Derrick Rose is sitting on the bench. You know what I'm saying? Thibodeau has guys he can unleash. It's just, will he do it?
Because now,
nothing, no minutes.
Who?
Fournier,
no minutes, right?
McBride, who's an intimidator on defense, get stingy with you.
But I still don't think they have that. They don't have those players that can affect the game multiple ways without just scoring, just like Miami. And I think
definitely see what you're saying.
Miami got dogs on their team. Knicks don't have. The only dog on Knicks team is maybe Brunson.
And me might be a bigger dog than Randall.
Who?
I said Brunson might be a bigger dog than Randall.
He is a bigger dog than Randall. To me, is not a dog like that. He used to be. He's not a dog. He's more finesse now. But a dog, you got Jimmy Butler, the dog of all dogs. Bam. You got people don't like Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry is a dog, man. The way he plays defense, he's a pest. He can score. He can do everything you need him to do. Then you got savvy veterans like a Kyle, not Kyle Lowry, but
Kevin Love.
Kevin Love. You got Jimmy Butler. You got Kyle Lowry. You got savvy vets. To me, Knicks shouldn't even be in this. I don't even think Knicks are that good. Because I think they're missing one player. I
agree. I think they're missing one player. I do, but I think that dub is really going to catapult them.
Right.
Give them the confidence to go in Miami, because Miami is still undermanned. I know they're playing well. They are. But I feel like they shouldn't be doing this.
But they are. They dogs. They're built for this. They built for this. All right, what's going on with Phoenix? So the Phoenix Suns, they're down 0-2. Chris Paul is out, but they still have firepower on that team. Just have to adjust. Then they're going back home. Denver did what they were supposed to do. Like game 1, Denver came up. Their defense was great. Game 2, Denver played good defense also, but I just think with Paul out, they didn't have nobody to settle the team down. But now you prepare now. You know, hey, we got Payne. We're going to prepare now. Do you believe that the Phoenix Suns can bounce back?
Nah, I don't. I want to say yeah, but I want to say yeah because I don't want to see KD go out like that. But unfortunately, they might get one. But I think this series pretty much though. I think they had to get one, and with Chris Paul going down, it's not good, and it's already an undermanned team. I feel like after KD and Booker, you know, you're already hurting for points. That next guy who's going to be, you know, lift you up. So yeah, it's over. I think it's right now just a matter of time and games.
I don't think so. I don't think so because I don't think it's over is because for the simple fact that they still got scoring power. I mean, it wasn't like Denver just blew them out. Now, for game 1, they came back and they did that. You know, yes. But it wasn't like they blew them out. Even last night. I think, and that's the problem. Like Antoine said, Suns bench is not strong enough. But I think now you're going to get a KD who's going to say, all right.
That's what we talked about, though. That's what he doesn't need to do.
What?
Hero ball. It's all on me.
No, I don't think he's going to do that, but I think he's going to be more assertive. They probably going to run plays through him more. But yeah, I mean, when Paul went out, you had to adjust everything. Everything they had to adjust. It was, you know, on the fly. So now you got time to where, all right, we can get ready. I think Suns bounce back because they've been in every game. Well, they was in the first game for like the first half. They was up and then they got blown up. But last night, that was last night, right? Yeah, last night. No, night before last. They was in the game. And then Denver ran away with it late in the fourth. So I think being at home, because the crowd might have been the reason why Denver just stepped up like that.
But I also feel like Denver didn't even play their best last game. And I know Chris Paul got hurt and they still won. Like, and it's to the point now where I just think Denver has their number. And of course the Suns not gonna say it, but I think they see what's going on. And it's still moves that I think Mike Malone has under his sleeve that he ain't even made yet. So to me personally, I think that series over.
Well, I think the same though with Monty. I think because now you really gonna see an adjustment because it's going to game 3. Antoine Smitty, what's up? He said, Smitty Smith, he said if KD can carry them and he averages 35, they have a chance. So yeah, I agree. Make sure you guys follow Antoine Smitty Smith. He's a superstar, man. This guy on YouTube. If you love Falcons, follow his page, man. He got great stuff on there. All right, and then the last matchup was going on tonight. Right now, you have
what's that update?
You have Boston up 57-49 at half. Boston messed up. I thought Boston. I don't know how they let Philly win that game. I don't. I think that can come back to bite them for real. Because if Embiid gets going, whether this game, or especially the next game, because he's probably going to be healthier, he's going to feel better. That can, and then they're playing in Philly. That might have swung the series. I think that because they're not playing the Hawks anymore. And I know everybody want to bang on what they're playing against Doc Rivers. You know how Doc Rivers how he does. But again, you can't play around. This is not the Hawks. And I felt like when they let that slip away, not saying that Harden didn't do what he's supposed to do, but you don't let an Embiid-less team come into
Garden.
to TP. What is it? TP Garden,
TD, yeah.
TD or whatever it is, TD Garden, and come back and come and beat you. You can't do that. It doesn't work like that. So I think it's gonna come back to bite them, Rue. I think Boston might be in trouble. Boston, they have to win tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But
Got to win tonight. Got to win tonight, or everything I'm about to say don't make no sense. Got to win tonight. But I thought it happened. It happened. Okay. But I think this is a blessing in disguise, though, because I don't think they're gonna play with their food no more. Sometimes you need that, and it's best to have it game one. Because I don't think they're playing with their food no more. Brown, you got to take more shots, brother. You can't take 10 shots in 40-some minutes. And Malcolm Brogdon playing 15 minutes less than you, taking half as many shots as you. So I don't think they're gonna play with their food no more. I think that was if you could label a loss good, and I know this sounds kind of crazy in the playoffs, that was a good one because I think Boston wins the next 2 games. I don't think Philly's probably not gonna win till game 4.
Yeah, I think if Philly wins game 3, well, I'm not even gonna say that. Boston needs to win game 3 to take control.
Yeah, and I think they will.
That's the thing.
Yep.
Well, all right, man. That wraps up the NBA shoot around. Got some great games. Just quickly, best player so far in the playoffs. One word.
Jimmy.
Name.
Jimmy Butler.
I agree. Jimmy Butler. Most impressive team is Miami as well. So all right, we're gonna take a quick break. Don't go anywhere, man. We got to talk about the injury reports. Is CP3 to if Embiid can hold up, and Jimmy Butler, and definitely with Bryce Harper. This is amazing what he's doing. So we're gonna take a quick break, and we will be right back.
Have a sports injury? Need to see an orthopedic doctor? Ortho Atlanta is one of Metro Atlanta's largest orthopedic and sports medicine practices, providing orthopedic and sports medicine care for the whole family. With 37 physicians and 14 offices, the practice provides the highest level of care for injury of muscles, joints, bones, and spine. Ortho Atlanta offers convenient access to a full range of musculoskeletal surgeons and specialists. Ortho Atlanta also offers on-site physical therapy, pain management care, MRI imaging, and workers' compensation care. The Ortho Atlanta surgery centers in Austell and Fayetteville provide cost-effective, same-day surgical procedures in an accredited outpatient center. Hip, knee, shoulder, back pain? Ortho Atlanta has you covered with specialists in all areas. Same-day appointments, orthopedic care for the whole family. Ortho Atlanta, Atlanta's choice for orthopedic and sports medicine care. Learn more at www.orthoatlanta.com.
Back inside the 3-point conversion sports lounge, and we have a special guest. He's not a guest, he's family. It's our favorite cousin, orthopedic for Ortho Atlanta, the one and only Dr. Donnie Fowler III. What's going on, Doc?
How you guys doing? Hanging out?
What's up?
We're good. Always good to have you on, Doc. Let's get right to it, Doc. Joel Embiid is playing right now with that knee sprain injury, but as a doctor, you follow the game. Do you think it would have been wise to rest him one more game after the first game, after the game 1 win?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's tough. Kind of a sprain can mean so many things. It's kind of the catch-all phrase that you just throw on something a lot of times when you don't want people or media to know what's actually going on. It's like, yeah, it's just a sprain. So I assume he wouldn't be out there if there was anything too serious or structural going on. Because again, I'd like to think that with all the people that are in the decision-making process these days, with the trainers and the doctors and the agents and the coaches and the players and their, everybody, that they're making the best decision long term. So I think if there was anything that was going to like risk further damage in the future, he wouldn't be playing. So I think it's probably reasonable for him to be out there. Now, I honestly just turned the game on because I've been watching all the fun on the local news of that situation earlier in Atlanta. But so I haven't really seen how well he's been moving or playing. I looked at his stat line, doesn't look terrible. But I'm going to tune in a little bit better the second half and kind of take a closer look at what he's doing out there.
So, Doc, Chris Paul is out for game 3 and 4, as we know now, with tightness in his groin. Do you think he'll be able to come back this series if the Suns won both games in Phoenix?
Yeah, you caught it there at the end. I mean, the Suns got to basically win some games for him to be able to come back, because I think it's basically a wrap that he's out the rest of this week, which puts him out possibly 3 games, probably at least the next 2 games, depending on how he does. So, I think if Phoenix can somehow squeeze out one of those, you may have a shot at game 5, probably definitely by game 6. I mean, at this point, if he goes back out there and he re-aggravates it, whatever game it is, 5-6, then he might truly be done if they're going to continue. So it's kind of a tough situation where they kind of need him, especially in the hole that they're already in. But at the same time, if they try to rush him, then he's completely done. So,
well, Jimmy Butler sat out game 2 with his ankle injury, which made sense. Still can't believe Miami almost won. But do you think he would be back in game 3 since it's not scheduled until Saturday?
Yeah, I think there's a good chance. It seems a little tight-lipped still, like nothing official that I know of has come out. But I think they were, looking ahead. And if it was like game 7, you may have seen him out there game 2. But I think with having won game 1, they took a more, proactive approach in a way of looking ahead and being smart about it, and said, well, if we, possibly sacrifice game 2 in a way by not having him out there, no matter what the outcome, obviously not knowing if you're going to win or lose, but thinking you have less of a chance to win, at least, hey, that gives them time to be as close to 100% as we can by game 3 this weekend. So I would expect to see him out there game 3.
So, Doc, Bryce Harper has returned from Tommy John surgery and came back after only 6 months, which has never been done. Are there any concerns with him coming back this early? Not that I care anything as a Braves fan. As a doctor?
Yeah. So, I mean, Bryce even though it's confusing to probably the people that pay attention to this show and know I work with the Mets, but I'm a DC guy, so I'm a Nationals fan. So I've always been a Bryce guy from the get-go when he was with my hometown team. But, I think you kind of have to take it a little with a grain of salt. I mean, I don't want to take away from being back that quickly in just under 6 months. It's incredible. What you have to understand is put it in perspective. He's not a pitcher, and he's not even playing in the field right now. They just have him back as a DH. So most of the people that we're seeing with Tommy John surgery that are taking a full year to get back, it's because they're a pitcher and throwing 95 miles an hour, repetitively. And so that's a lot different than taking a baseball swing. So I think it's actually perfectly realistic in the role that they have him as a DH, but they're still talking about, if anything, possibly working him into first base, where, again, he still wouldn't have to throw as much, and you might not even see him back in the outfield this season. So, again, incredible recovery, but they're still not letting him throw is the short version, and there's still not a timetable on when that's really going to happen.
Yeah, I thought that was weird. Just never heard of a
Mhm.
pitcher getting Tommy John surgery, and then
Yeah, there's been a couple catchers, honestly. And catchers do a lot of throwing. There's been a few catchers that have had it, not many position players. Pretty rare for position players to have it.
yeah.
And is that because he was his approach and his swing, or is that just unlucky
Of
the way
him,
had surgery?
Yeah, no, I think it's still more from throwing. And I mean, Bryce Harper was, a lot of people don't know this if you didn't follow him early on, but he was a catcher for pretty much his whole career through high school, and only got transitioned to outfield once he got to the major leagues, basically to save his arm and his knees and all the stuff that breaks down when you play catcher. It's like the running back of Major League Baseball. So he had a lot of miles on his arm in a way from catching and pitching, from the time he was young all the way up till he got to the pros. So I honestly think some of it was probably that accumulation on top of then throwing from the outfield. So I don't think it was swinging or hitting as much as kind of still the throwing. So.
Well, all right. Well, hold on. Yeah. Oh, my grandma was saying she think AD is gonna be the first NBA player to get Tommy John. But anyway, all right, Doc, we good. Thank you for coming on, man. We appreciate you coming on like always, and looking forward to have you on next week.
I'll see you guys then. Have a good night.
All right. All right. So, Rue, let's go ahead and transition to the MLB, bruh. The Braves. Well, before we get to the Braves, let's go ahead and let's look at the MLB standings, man, like we always do. First of all, how are you liking the season so far? Like, are you?
Yeah, it's still early.
Good, or
we're only a month in. So I don't think but you could already, the old saying in baseball, you can't win your season in April, but you damn sure can lose your season in April. I think right now we could already see the good from the bad, and the really bad and the really ugly. And it's only 3 teams that are really ugly, and that's the A's, the Nats, and Kansas City. I mean, these 3 teams have only combined to win less than 20 games. And we talking about a month. And these guys play every day, every game, of a month. These combined. So those are the really ugly, but the really good, of course, is one team. It's 2 teams, and they sit alone. It's Tampa Bay and my Atlanta Braves. I think we could already see these 2 teams. Like, they're just so much better than everybody else. So it's still early, but you can see the good from the bad.
Yeah. There's been a lot of surprising teams.
A lot of surprises too. A lot of
teams, players. It's been a lot. So all right, let's go through the list, man. So far we have understanding. So with the American League East, we have the Rays on top. They're 24-6. Orioles are 3.5 games behind. Woof. Did you see that coming?
Nah, not this quick. Not this quick. And we saw flashes of it last year, but I thought it was going to dwindle down.
Right.
They right back at it.
Yeah, so Orioles are 20-9. Blue Jays are 18-12. Red Sox 17-14, and the Yankees are 16-5. So greatest division in baseball for sure.
For sure.
By far. Yep. American League Central, we have I was just saying that you always get tired when we talk about the American League Central, but anyway, American League Central, we got the Twins at 17-13, and Guardians are 3 games back, but they're 14-16, and it just goes down here from there. So, Rue, you up?
Yeah, I'm good. Catching
the American League West, we got.
That's what that division will do to you. It'll put you to sleep.
American League West, we got the Rangers Top
Oh,
of
yeah.
the division, 18-12. Surprised?
Definitely. Rangers, definitely a surprise. It all starts with pitching, though. It all starts with pitching. And they getting a supply of hitting, too. They got this rookie, Jones. If y'all ain't heard of him, Jay Jones, hey, he pretty good, bro. And plus DeGrom, Eovaldi, Perez. Watch out for the Rangers, man.
Yeah, the Angels, surprising. They're still hanging on 16-14. I thought by then they would have been slipping, but they battled back.
We can't get too excited about the Angels.
Yeah,
bro.
you
They
can't.
always blow
And
it.
then Astros are 16-15. I feel like they're about to start making that run soon.
Yeah, they just got to get healthy. Brantley and those guys back. Jordan, get him back healthy. He's been out. Yeah, Rari. Yankees looking real ugly. We talked about
Yankees looking ugly. All right, so let's go to the National League. So we're gonna start with the National League Central. Rue is representing them right now. Pittsburgh, man, Pirates are 20-10, leading the division. Brewers are 18-11. Go ahead with the Pirates.
Pirates 20-10, and they're on a 3-game losing streak. That just goes to show how good of a season they've been having. I didn't see it with these guys. I'm just the most shocked. O'Neal Cruz, to me, their best player, hurt. He's out 3 months. But going into the season, I didn't see it with this team. Pitching still ugly. I mean, they getting it though. McCutcheon, man,
He's been balling.
They've been balling, so it could start with guys like that. Guys like that can be a real spark plug for teams, man.
Yeah, and like I said, Brewers are 1.5 games back. Cubs are 4.5 games back. They're 15-14. It's been a slight surprise.
Oh boy, yeah, I got this dude Wisdom. It look like he trying to get that home run title belt. Patrick Wisdom.
Yeah.
Who got 12.
And National League West, you have the Dodgers that they've jumped right back. They're at 19-13. They've won their last 8 out of 10. So they're taking over that division again. And you have the Diamondbacks are 17-14, a game and a half back. And Padres 17-15, 2 games back. And the Giants are 13-17. Then there's Rockies below. And then National League East, you have the Braves at 20-10. The Mets are trying to make a run now. They're 16-14. They've been playing well as of late. Now, they've missed what? They got 2 games postponed or 3 games postponed, I believe, lately.
Yeah. Well, we made, I want to say 1 up.
They made 1 up, but then they had another game postponed as well.
Yeah.
And then the next series. So they had like 3 games in a row. It seemed like Marlins are 16-14. Shock, surprise.
Nah, I'm not really. Anybody else with the Braves in this division, I'm not shocked or surprised by.
And then Phillies are 15-17, and Nationals, 11-18. Of course, Bryce hadn't been playing. So Rory brought up the Yankees. Just quickly, man. Do you think it's done? I mean, it's early, but can they bounce back? I know they have a lot of injuries. They're not too far behind, but we know Mike Stanton is hurt again. If y'all don't know, I'm talking about Giancarlo Stanton. We can't call him Giancarlo anymore because he's hurt all the time. So we call him Mike Stanton, his real name. But I heard he made that name up so he can get some women. I don't know. Anyway, but then Aaron Judge could just get hurt, correct?
Yeah, it's contagious, bro. It's contagious.
And
he get hurt all last year either. Contract year, he didn't get hurt. But now it's contagious.
So how do you feel? Do you think it's a wrap? Do you think they bounce back?
It's early, but it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. Especially you can't in this division. I don't think you could lose too many games. And I know I said last year, I'll probably say this all the time. We can see 4 playoff teams from this division, but the Red Sox are looking better than they have been the last 2 years. The Blue Jays are the most talented team in this division. They say they're the best, but they are the most talented team. And we know the best, the Rays. And if the Orioles keep playing like this, Yankees, yeah. Now, y'all gonna have to get out there and play because this lineup is boo-boo garbage can maggot food juice right now. is terrible. They got like 5 players in the lineup hitting under 200. It's awful. You know, you asking for Rizzo to go out there and win you games. They ain't doing that.
Right.
It's tough.
So with the Braves, what do you think about when you think about the Braves? Like they're 20-10 right now.
Mhm.
They just got Michael Harris back. Acuna's playing well. He came back. They thought he was gonna be out for a minute with that pitch, you know, getting hit. But like, what do you rank them, or what do you give them as a grade right now? Do you think they could be better, or you think they're where they are right now is where they're supposed to be, or what?
A+. I think they could be doing worse, honestly. But I'm not surprised. This team is with the injuries we've been dealing with. Harris, you know, missing 10 games. Darno missing now 15 games. Starting catcher, starting center fielder. A lot of people forget our shortstop, Orlando Arcia, missing 15 games now. Haven't had him. You know, we got Ozuna, you know, he's basically our everyday DH. He's been struggling, but this team is one of the best teams in MLB. You know, so pitching, we haven't been that healthy. We have Bryce Elder come up and been a bright spot. You know, this team is right where they should be.
Yeah,
So,
they right.
I wouldn't say they could be doing better because they could be doing worse, but they're not.
Yeah, and that yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Oh, I'm sorry, my grandma, she listens to the show again. Grandma just said, she was like, baby, who did Ozuna have to sleep with to maintain that job? I don't know.
I heard he had a grand slam tonight, Granny.
He had a grand slam tonight.
Grand slam tonight.
Yeah,
they blew the brakes off the Marlins by like 10
what?
runs. They beat the Marlins like 14 to something tonight. He had a grand slam.
Yeah, but yeah, man. So the Braves doing well, like always. I know you've been on Snicker, but I think Snicker should get a lot of credit, man. He's been a great manager. I know he's certain times, Rue, he's made you mad, but when you think about it, man, he's been a top manager so far, man. The top 3 every year, man. He has a handle of that ball club.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I can't say anything about Snicker right now.
Yeah, it looks like they're about to go on this run, like we saw with the old Braves, man, when they won, you know, with Bobby Cox. Yeah, so it looks like that again.
Yeah.
Well, all right, you all, man. Appreciate everybody listening. That's the end of the show. Do I have something that's on my mind? Just the fact that, you know, right now, I think every nationality who's listening, I appreciate it, but it's good, right? Well, your boy just kind of made us look bad, but the fake Michael B. Jordan just made us look bad, the shooter in Atlanta. But other than that, man, you just look at how everything is going with the NFL, got the black quarterbacks and what they're doing. And this is a position where they wouldn't give it to us. They didn't want us to have it. Now all of a sudden we're taking over. We're showing what we can do. We're giving the opportunity and we're taking advantage of it, you know. And the league now is looking for quarterbacks like us. We show that we can throw while yet still being athletic like we are. But then in NBA, think about it. It's half, you know, we got, I think more than half of the coaches are black in the NBA. In the playoffs right now, you got out of 8 teams, you got 4 black coaches. You got the shout out to I think Spoelstra's Hispanic. I thought he was. I gotta make sure, but shout out to Spoelstra, you know. But man, it's good to see. You know what I'm saying? You see that. It's just a good time right now in sports for us right now, you know.
Yeah, I'm with you.
We can do, like, I still think
even
go ahead.
The women's game, take it minorities, just the women's
game.
Yeah,
and then you about to see it in hockey, man. I think you're gonna see a lot more of us play hockey. They letting us play now. We getting in. So I think you about to see it, but it's just good to see that, we giving us chance and we showing we can do. I mean, we're just athletic by nature. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. But other than that, man, appreciate everyone, man. Great show. We want to thank Dr. Donnie Fowler III for coming on the show. Rube, appreciate you, bro. Got anything to say?
Always, brother. Always appreciate you, man. Nothing much, back. I got a couple hot takes. I kind of have to live up to. I had dropped a couple hot takes tonight. I said the Heat wasn't going to win another game. That's one. I think I said that, and I also said Warriors in 6. So, hey, next Wednesday we'll see how those takes are doing.
Yeah,
don't add me.
Definitely will. Also, want to thank everybody who watched and listened, or who's listening, or even watching later on as a podcast. We appreciate you. Shout out to Rory. Appreciate you, bro, for coming on, man. Shout out to Brandon, Vincent, the Fantasy Guru. Who else is on here?
T-Will, Aaron Snucker, Lakers. Look, what is Lakers get off in there?
I know, right? Antoine Smitty Smith was on here. We appreciate you, man. Who else is on here? Yeah. So we just appreciate everybody who's always on here, man. Jason Lashley, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate you and everybody else, man. And hey, next week, same time, same show. But look, I also want to thank my lovely family. I want to thank my children, beautiful children, the mother of my children. I want to thank my aunties, uncles, brothers, sisters, cousins, play cousins, nieces, nephews. Hey, man, love on family. Let family know that you love them. Love them while they still can feel it. Love them while they're still alive. Hey, eat good the rest of the week. Drink responsibly. Be careful because these mugs are crazy out here, as we see here in Atlanta. Thank God we caught fake Michael B. Jordan looking one dude that was shooting. Caught the shooter. But next week, same. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was like, let's pray for the victims today, too.
Pray for the victims' family, right? The victims that are still alive and in critical condition. The victim that passed, her families, pray for their families as well, man. So but next week, same time, same show, same crazy host, same sports nonsense. Will you miss me? I'm out. Peace. We out.